In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Islam teaches that the fulfillment of human needs does not depend on shortcuts or rituals, but on sincerity, faith, and a deep connection with Allah. Many scholars explain that when a believer aligns their intentions with righteousness, Allah opens doors in ways that are swift and unexpected. True ease comes from reliance on the Creator, not from worldly means alone. The Prophet Muhammad repeatedly emphasized that the speed at which a person's needs are fulfilled depends on the state of their heart. Faith, intention, and obedience are the foundation. When a believer turns sincerely to Allah, the response is never delayed without wisdom. Allah listens carefully, and He responds in the way that is best for His servant. One of the greatest qualities linked to quick relief is taqwa, the fear and consciousness of Allah. Those who remain mindful of Allah and follow His commands are promised divine support. Allah assures believers that He provides from sources they never expected. When a person asks with sincerity and lawful intention, Allah does not abandon them. Another powerful means is dua, sincere supplication. Authentic narrations in Sahih Muslim confirm that Allah responds to those who call upon Him with humility and truth. The Prophet taught that dua is never wasted. It is either answered immediately, delayed for wisdom, or stored as reward. He also taught that charity increases provision and removes hardship, a principle mentioned in Sahih Bukhari. Charity given solely for Allah's pleasure purifies wealth and attracts divine assistance. When a believer gives selflessly, Allah replaces it with something far greater. Calling upon Allah with faith ensures that He hears and responds, for Allah never breaks His promise. Patience is another essential pillar. Those who endure hardship for Allah's sake are never forgotten. Allah assures believers that He is with the patient, supporting them through trials and rewarding them beyond measure. Hardship is not a sign of rejection, but often a test that precedes relief. Prayer, or salah, stands at the center of a believer's life. It is the strongest link between the servant and their Lord. Those who protect their prayers consistently are promised success. Allah reminds us that guidance, peace, and fulfillment are tied to remembrance and devotion. A person who lives seeking Allah's pleasure, through prayer, patience, charity, faith, and sincere supplication, will see their needs fulfilled, often in ways they never imagined. Islam also places strong emphasis on helping others. Allah commands believers to cooperate in righteousness and avoid wrongdoing. The Prophet stated that anyone who steps forward to help another Muslim is rewarded as if they were striving in the path of Allah. He described people whose sole purpose is to assist others, and Allah promises them special honor on the Day of Judgment. They will be seated in dignity while others await their account. The Prophet also taught that striving to help a fellow Muslim, whether successful or not, results in forgiveness of sins, protection from hypocrisy, and salvation from the fire. Scholars narrate that for every step taken to fulfill someone's need, Allah records good deeds and erases sins. If a person dies while helping others, they are granted entry into paradise without reckoning. Helping others removes hardships on the Day of Judgment. Allah, in His generosity, listens to the cries of all creation and relieves pain according to His wisdom. While Allah grants some servants the ability to assist others, true help always comes from Him alone. Every form of assistance exists only through His power. The Quran affirms that Allah is the true protector, aided by the angels and the righteous believers. The Prophet taught that when someone is lost or helpless, they may call upon Allah's unseen servants for assistance, as Allah has commanded them to help by His permission. Scholars have authenticated these narrations through reliable chains. There are historical accounts of healing and relief granted by Allah through sincere faith and supplication. These events demonstrate Allah's mercy upon this ummah. However, belief remains firm that Allah alone is the true healer and helper. Dua is the heart of worship. Allah commands His servants to call upon Him and promises a response. Those who turn away from supplication are warned, while those who persist are honored. The Prophet constantly engaged in remembrance and dua, teaching his ummah to never abandon it, whether in ease or hardship. Dua strengthens humility and dependence on Allah. It deepens the bond between the Creator and His servant. Neglecting dua leads to spiritual weakness, while consistent supplication brings peace, clarity, and divine assistance. Among the most powerful chapters of the Quran is Surah Al-Fatiha, known as a source of healing, guidance, and success. Reciting it with reflection strengthens faith and brings a person closer to Allah. Scholars recommend reciting it multiple times, followed by sending blessings upon the Prophet, and then making sincere dua. Allah promises to respond to those who call upon Him with certainty and patience. Regular recitation builds trust in Allah and opens doors of ease. Alongside this, the Prophet taught powerful supplications, including the remembrance. There is no power and no strength except through Allah, which he described as a treasure from paradise. Seeking forgiveness through istighfar is another means of relief. The Prophet promised that constant repentance opens doors, removes hardship, and brings provision from unseen sources. Istighfar beautifies life in this world and grants success in the hereafter. Sending blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad is among the greatest acts of worship. Allah and His angels send blessings upon him, and those who do the same find their supplications accepted and their affairs eased. May Allah grant us understanding, sincerity, and the ability to act upon these teachings. May He accept our prayers, relieve our hardships, and strengthen our faith. Ameen. Finally, I kindly ask you to write the name of Allah in the comments, share this message with others, and support this channel so that beneficial knowledge may continue to spread. May Allah be our helper and protector.